All right, guys, I am inspired. I'm inspired today to give you guys a lesson that's going to help you create more speed with less effort, especially you aging athletes. I gave 3 lessons this morning to golfers between the ages of 64 and probably around 77, 78 years old. All a lot of misconceptions as to how to create speed in the swing, all overusing their body, all early extending, bodies out racing the arms, weak shots to the right, no club head speed whatsoever, really struggling. The bottom line is this, and I really want to make sure you're very clear in understanding this. The arms have to move faster than the body. The arms are behind the body at the top of the backswing. If everything moves at the same speed, you leave your arms at the start line, you're forced to release the club early. That's the bottom line. The best golfers in the world create a reasonable amount of width at the top of the backswing, there's no question about that, but they place a lot of force against the grip as they transition. They get their arms essentially moving down to this delivery position pretty quickly, and there's a ton of talk online right now with YouTube and coaches with regard to creating a lot of adduction, which just means kind of pinning the arm across the body dynamically as we start down. Okay, there's no question you can see the best players in the world do this dynamically, but how helpful is that to recreational golfers that again spin their body to more speed and they're forced to throw the club out? I think it's about as useless as a chocolate teapot for those of us that aren't as mobile and as strong as these younger golfers that create tremendous amount of speed dynamically from the ground to the club head. I mean, kinematically, they're amazing at what they're able to do. So I'm going to give you a phenomenal drill today, but again, I really want to clear up these sort of misconceptions. Bottom line is, guys, you know, the hip speed on the downswing doesn't correlate to club head speed. Young juniors and LPGA players, they move their hips incredibly quickly, but it doesn't directly correlate to club head speed. I mean, I can move the club, definitely create a dynamic reaction to the golf club by moving my hips. There's no question the body's involved in the golf swing, but to think that the faster you move the hips, the faster the club is going to move, that is a misconception. I want you to get that out of your head, okay? Creating lag in the golf swing. Boy, I'm going to go ahead and post a video right here. You might want to check it out. It's called a lag paradigm. I talk about how to create lag in the golf swing. You create lag in the golf swing by moving your arm faster, your trail arm faster as you change direction. Again, if you do that, you're applying linear force against the grip, okay? And that gives the appearance of lag, okay? What you're doing is you're looking at lag and you're thinking that you need to kind of hold onto the club and turn your body and you're going to somehow create lag. But look how pinched my trail arm is in the initial stages of the downswing when I do that. I don't see good golfers doing that. What I see is I see good golfers doing this, dropping their upper arm quickly, okay, straightening their trail arm pretty quickly. And I'm not talking about straightening it this way. I'm not talking about releasing the golf club early. I'm talking about applying linear force against the grip faster to the delivery position, which is down in here. All right, so we can move the arms faster in the initial stage of the downswing. We can create a lot more club head speed at the point of collision. That's just a fact, all right? So let's make sure we understand that. So if you are struggling with slices, if you're struggling to create any kind of distance, if you're turning your 8-iron into a 9-iron or a pitching wedge, you're not using the leading edge of the golf club. Can you see the back end of the golf club? What I'm going to do is I'm going to strip the bounce. I'm going to get the leading edge down into the ground. If I get the leading edge down into the ground, I'm going to reduce what's called dynamic loft. I'm also likely to compress the ball a lot more. If I do that, my ball speed will increase. This is important to understand. For those of you that have been looking at a lot of short game coaches, they talk about using the bounce, using the back of the golf club. If we use the bounce, the back of the golf club, we slow the ball speed. That is awesome for short shots around the green. Most of you have very fast ball speed around the green and very slow ball speed on the golf course, okay? We need to switch that, all right? So we want to use the bounce around the green and create soft golf shots with slow ball speed, and we want to use the leading edge as best we can when we're compressing it to create more distance when we play golf, all right? This drill is going to do that. I want you to grip the golf club in your fingers. Do not grip the club in the palm. I'm going to go ahead and just face this way, all right? And you've got to try and imagine that the target is literally in that direction. My back is going to face the target. I'm going to grip the club this way in my fingers, okay? I'm going to put the club right down here, almost as if I'm hitting the golf ball this way, all right? And then I'm going to turn this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to elevate the golf club up in front of me here. I'm going to make sure my wrists are fully hinged, okay? I'm also going to look at my lead wrist, make sure that I don't hyperextend this left wrist. There's a lot of cupping out there, guys. That turns the face and turns an 8-iron into a pitching wedge. We don't want to do that. So make sure that lead wrist stays pretty flat at the top of the backswing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow my arm to work down. Can you see my arm working down towards my left hip? So essentially I'm taking the butt end of the golf club, I'm applying some force against the grip, and I'm going to move my arm down. All right, and it's starting to move down towards my left leg. You'll notice the faster I do that, the more lag, you can see it, the more lag I create, because again I'm applying force against the grip, all right, which it leaves the club head at the start line, but the arms aren't being left at the start line. That's what I need you to understand when it comes to creating lag in the golf swing. Now, as my arms are dropping here, I'm also taking the toe of the club and I'm going to start to twist it counterclockwise down towards the ground. All right, so what I'm starting to do here is I'm starting to rotate my forearms. I'm actually starting to create some flexion in my lead wrist. Can you see the toe twisting a little bit? And then what I'm going to do is I am going to stick that club into the ground. I'm going to create myself a little pet cemetery here. Make sure no one's watching, okay? And when you're done, either fill it with sand or tap it down. But most of you are picking. All right, you're picking it, you're not compressing it. So it's okay initially if you, as you twist here, if you start to feel that club kind of sticking into the ground. Twisting down into the ground is what we really want. So it works up and it works down. All right, I'm going to do it from this angle here just to show you. My target is this way. Notice when I lift the club, it goes up just to the right of my chin, kind of up above my right shoulder as you're looking at me. Look at the left wrist, it's pretty flat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow my arms to drop. Notice I'm not turning my body, I'm not spinning my hips, I'm not spinning my shoulders, which is what most of us do, get very narrow and then have to throw the club out. My arms are going to drop and you can see the toe of the club is twisting. Now with the driver, you're going to want to do that a little bit earlier, I'll be honest with you, because the club's so long. With your irons, you're going to want to start to twist right at around chest high, okay? And here we go. And then we're going to go back, boom, and now I'm sticking the club in the ground, just like this. All right, so I can really feel that golf club coming in this way. The leading edge is down, the bounce is up. You can look at the dynamic loft there. All right, you're not going to be scooping it if you do that. It's just not going to happen. All right, so how do I translate that, this isolation drill in many respects, where we're just really focusing on the lead arm and wrist, into a regular golf shot? Well, what we've got to do here, guys, is place both hands on the golf club and probably not have our back completely to the target, but maybe we want to turn 45 degrees to the right as a right-handed golfer here. And then we set up to it, right? Now what I don't want you doing is dragging the golf club around the corner. That's not what we want. We can't hit it from back here, okay? What we want to do from here is just kind of swing the arms up above this shoulder. Can you see that? If I was in a regular backswing, if I turn myself back to my target here, you can see it's starting to look like a regular backswing. Does that make sense? So I'm going to be 45 degrees to the right. I'm going to let my arms drop. This is what we call abduction. My arms are working down, all right? Don't be pinning your arms across your body. Get them off your chest. Get them off your chest, okay? And then I'm going to turn this club down and I'm going to give it a little strike here. Here we go. Just like that, all right? So I turn that 8-iron into about a 6-iron. I'm really kind of sticking the club into the ground. I'm trapping the ball between the club and the ground. We're going to do it one more time. Up and down. Here we go. There's one more. Now you got to punch one really low from under a tree, by the way. This works beautifully. All right, so listen, that's not enough loft. I get it. I'm overdoing it essentially. But that's what good players do. You slicers, you need a huge dose of this. Now here's the trick. If I square myself up, maybe I'm just a little right at my target now. Maybe I can drop my foot back and rotate my toe for you seniors that are a little tight in your hips. I've got to resist the temptation to spin my body back to the golf ball too early. I can promise you right now, this is the feel versus real. If you honestly feel like you're back staying to the target and your arm is literally moving off your chest and away from you, if you honestly feel that you're going to look like this on a video camera, you are sorely mistaken. Your body will catch up to your arms dynamically. Your body will catch up to your arms. So as much as you feel like you're doing this as you strike it, it will look like that. One more time. You're going to feel like this. Look how far forward my lead arm is. See how far forward that is? All right, it's not back here. It's moving forward, and then I'm twisting the club down into the ground. Your body, I can assure you, will catch up with your arms. Your sequence is going to be a lot better. Your arms are going to be in front of you. You're going to create more lag, and you're going to have less loft on your golf club. You're twisting the club dynamically towards the golf ball. What you don't want to be doing here is trying to flip it right at the last second. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same feel, feeling like my upper body is facing back. Even at the point of collision, I feel like my chest is facing the golf ball. But I'm going to allow my arms to pull me through the golf shot. This is a feel, not a reel. Just like that. You see my feet are engaged now. My pelvis is starting to rotate naturally. All right, my chest and shoulders, of course, are starting to rotate. When I finished my golf swing there, I wasn't stuck over here. All right, my body reacted dynamically to the rotation of my forearms. Do it one more time. There it is. Remember the drill? Right here, look. Arms drop. Club twists. Arms working down across my chest. Get your arms off your chest. Quit pinning your arms to your body. One more. Just great harmonics there. You can hear the compression. You know exactly what I'm talking about. How in the world are you going to get the golf ball into the center of the club face here to the fourth groove unless your club is traveling down? If it's scooping and traveling up, you're hitting off the first and second groove on the golf club. It doesn't sound the same, all right? It's thin, it's not solid, it's not compressed. Guys, this is how you create speed in the golf swing, especially you seniors out there. You need to rely a lot more on arm speed, linear speed, and angular speed than most golfers that are younger than you. Everyone out there seems to think that everyone has the ability to create energy kinematically from the feet to the club head. Like, no one has any limitations. Everyone can swing like a tour player. I can assure you that's not the case. I'm working with aging athletes all the time. It's amazing to see the improvement and the amount of relief on their face when they realize they can start to relax. All right, swing easy, swing faster with less effort. And that's what this is all about today. I hope it makes sense. If you think it could help, go ahead and share it. I really appreciate your comments. Always get back to people. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm having a heck of a good time. Get after it, guys. We'll talk to you next time.